the fact that we missed the first 5 minutes of the final because they were doing a Bonsoy advert, right? For five
Oh,
minutes.
they're pathetic, aren't they?
Delay the
They're
final,
so
you.
bad timing. Welcome to the Insiders Audio Noughts. I'm in the home office, digital working, remote, as they say, view of the garden, listening to the birds after a morning of waking up, copying the double Australian whammy Shazam. Ah! Ethan, Steph!
Yeah, it's about time, eh? Um, what an event.
What an event, Matty! That obviously this one deserves a full episode by itself. There's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna roll with a tactic that you're not used to because you know how structured I am, and we'll go from round one, and I'll hear the hazy views. What do you reckon, hazy? Can
Well,
you
like,
handle that?
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, yeah, round one this time, pretty sick. Obviously, I guess the moment of the round one in the men's side was the Callum Robson buzzer beater against Oscar Berry, which I did feel real sorry for Oscar Berry for because I thought he served a real good heat and I thought he served really well. Um, it was pretty sick to see like the four people who got out of it. I was kind of glad that they did, and I also was kind of glad that like Mateus and like Lobby and I
Well,
mean,
Lobby was actually in round two, Matty. It was
I was
Callum
about to say
Oscar,
they've been like
Mateus.
round one warriors and stuff for
They
the
have.
first couple of events, and
He dug himself out of the trenches for this one, Lobby. From what we noticed, that was from winning two heats and Margies. How much of a change is that? That like, just taking it out of that round one, which everyone now has realised it's a bit of a hustle, but it is what it is. They signed on. They signed on for the deal, and even if
yeah,
they didn't sign on, that's the deal.
that's the deal. But yeah, it was sick. Like round one, obviously, round one for the women's is a much bigger round, and it was kind of weird in the women's. Steph kind of scraped her round one. Not scraped because she served good, but she had Erin Brooks. And
Yeah, man. Let's talk about Aaron Brooks. I've been reading a few of the comments. It gets me through life. I love reading a few comments left and right, and I just notice it because every now and then when I go on to our Instagram page, the insiders where we follow everyone. Because on my personal one, I don't follow. I try not to follow anyone. I don't like. I'd rather just follow poets and bird watchers so that you don't get the
yeah,
surfing missing out. But I copped Aaron. Like we bantered back and forth about this, which was pretty interesting because it was a key heat for the whole event. I thought if Steph doesn't get through with her, she's finished. And honestly, I didn't put money on. I took Steph out of my team, which was I was a bit disappointed about that. I gave up on the old girl. Um, Aaron looks robotic to me. It's wicked. Listen, it is wicked doing what she's doing. But a really, really good part of the whole competition was Oki was in the booth, uh, and he was saying it's really hard to remember that you got to slow yourself down and be part of the wave. And Bradley had sent me some footage of Oki that same day, and I seen him a picture saying Conor O'Leary is the best backhand re-entry on the tour. Maybe not best backhand surfer. And when I sent him the Conor link, even Conor to me, I thought, oh, that just it's great. It's really whippy, but she doesn't be able to seem to get out of that whippiness. Do
yeah.
you,
I
do
think
you
I
know
think
what I'm
it's
saying?
I think backside it is definitely hard. And obviously she's young, she's learning, she's small. Because what I was going to say about Erin, I wasn't going to talk about Connor or Oki, to be honest. But the big one for me was Nadia Eristabe, who like semi-finaled.
Oh,
And
sick.
but the biggest comparison is exactly what you said. Nadia, she took her time, or it looked like she was
Yeah.
taking her time,
Yep.
and then placing her turn again whack. Whereas Erin did it to me looked like Erin was like, I need to fit in six
Yep.
turns versus I need three big turns. But when Steph beat Erin, I put a bet on Steph to win the whole event.
There you go. So you hooked it.
I put I put £15 on Steph winning it, and I just won £360 back.
Phew!
Yeah, like I was
So
like, I just saw her beat Erin and was like, I reckon that's her now. Like I just in my head went, I reckon she's just gonna chill out now. And my biggest worry is when she drew Katie, which I'm jumping ahead, but like, yeah,
she might need to get that coached out of her. Or I think she's just had too much coaching. I don't know.
do you know what's
I
funny though is
reckon she watches a lot of herself as well. I reckon that's just her personality. She's that super prodigy where her whole life was about this. And I'm wondering if she needs to, like, they need to extract her, kind of like what show was that where you can get extracted? Was it Leonardo DiCaprio out of reality? And put her on some island somewhere with no telephone, no video, nothing.
I before 2 days ago I would have agreed. And then you need to watch, and this isn't the podcast about this, but you need to go watch Nowadays, which is
I
the girl
watched it.
surf film.
I
She
watched
is,
it.
she's by like that. I think she's the best surfer in that film. And if she can get a left on tour, like if Fiji is like playful left, and if Raglan's playful left,
She's ridiculous. She is, mate. Don't worry. I
and
agree. She's
I think
ridiculous. She's
because
also
I
good
agree,
backside.
I was gonna say I agree with you. I think frontside, she she surfs like in a
It's a little bit
complete.
more natural, isn't it?
Exactly. It looks like she's not thinking and it looks like she's like, okay, like I'm out of my head. Like back and then backside it looks like and look, she's still fucking amazing. But I think backside it looks like she's almost got like one turn and it's not that big. And she tries to rush that turn a little bit. But
I think it'll come. I think it'll come.
me too.
I can't see that she's not in the top 10 after Fiji. That's what's the great thing about this tour is and I read a really good article from on Swellnet review where he gets pretty radical. Free ride, that's Stephen Shearer. He classed two different groups and he said there's top tier and bottom tier, and he put Nadia Aristabi, as he should, in the top tier, and he put Stefan, there are others in the bottom tier. But I'm thinking that they can't like you can't make a real analysis on that until after Fiji, because some of these girls can't ride a tube, man. Like Gabrielle Bryan can't ride a tube.
Yeah,
She's
I
got
mean,
no chance in the world against Erin Brook, Bahini Ferrari. Nadia Aristabi is a pretty good tube rider too. Imagine she's just around the corner from Mandaka. Whether she can do it both sides, which Katie and Molly can, and so can Erin.
yeah. And I think like it's this is what I think is the beauty of the tour this year. We said it again, and like you're seeing performances from people that you wouldn't have expected at each at different events. There's almost like at each event there's someone who's either won it, like on the men's side, or on the women's side, there's someone who's just like exceeding expectation every time. But it's not because they're not elite level surfers. Like everyone on that tour, I've determined. I reckon there's two people out of every single person on tour who they look out of place. Everyone else looks like they're on a level.
I got a
And
sad feeling it's the person you really like because she's a really good hard worker and she did win a first heat, but she got a wave against Molly, which Yolanda, she's got to work on that style.
I actually, the two people I'm referring to are both men. I think the women's tour is very like, I do think you have a like group that are like the top five or whatever, but then under that, I think they're like level playing field. But it's two guys that I think might not win a heat all year or only win like one or two heats all year, um, which we'll get into. But yeah, like going from round one to round three, I per
Crack it.
I personally think that is, I reckon that's the best day of surf competition since a pipe event.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. What a great event. They got lucky with the forecast, but that's what surfing. They've been
well,
unlucky. So eventually they had to get lucky, which was good.
yeah, and like that day, it was round three for the men's, round three for the, or yeah, or round two for the women's because of the way it falls. But you had absolute mental heats all day. Everyone surfed. Like a couple of people to give a shout out to that done better this event than I thought. Cowley Vast surfed super good.
Oh, he just looks so strong. He's got so good backhand. He's set his whole year up with this event because he's got the Pacific.
Yeah.
There's a good chance he could go good as well in Raglan because he's just got a power hack front side.
But yeah, he surfed really good. I thought obviously Lobby, unbelievable event. Hopefully that takes a little bit of pressure off of him. He's out of that round one now for a little while, which is good. Mateus Hurdy surfed unbelievably. I think he surprised quite a lot of people with his rail game. Like he didn't go to the air that much because of how good the waves were, and
He
he
went
surfed.
insane. I think he fell off the wagon a little bit in the heat that he lost, which was who was that against?
Uh, Connor, was it Connor that he lost against? He lost
It
against.
just it just felt like he was rushing things, and like how would we know what it's like against Liam O'Brien in the quarterfinals? Liam got
Oh
a
no,
good
it was
tube and a good
Lobby. It was
wave.
Lobby. Sorry,
Yeah,
he
so
lost to Lobby.
he was just fishing for points instead of
Yeah.
sitting there like Cowley wouldn't have. Cowley would have just sat there. Marco Mignon, I saw maybe he got a little bit stressed out and thought he got scored against Cowley, but that was a really good heat too. I'm jumping ahead of ourselves. Who top scored that first round? Georgie Peter looked good. Lobby looked good. The
Well,
Poops both looked
in
good.
that round three, you had Ethan.
Toledo went ballistic. This was in round two. You were talking round two already. Okay, let's drop round two, round three.
Yeah, like I'm looking round three. I just watched it all day. Like I woke up and then just put it on. And like Ethan, 17 and a half points, Lobby, 17 and a half points. Um, I mean, Connor O'Leary, sorry, he dropped like 14 points, but he served really good. Felipe, 18.94 points.
Yeah, that was
And
insane.
Medina lost with nearly 16 points. Sammy Pupo, 18.9. Like every heat was just bang, 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 bang. And then like the women's, like obviously round two for the women's, but like Gabriella Bryant versus Sally was actually a really good heat. Nadia Aristave, Caroline Marks, it was like battle of the backhands, and I think Nadia just got the better of the waves and she surfed real good. Katie Simmers and the Shark, and then the resurf. She kind of cooked Vahine, to be fair. Um, then Steph scraped past Betty Lou. My bet, I was like, I've lost this bet.
I thought Betty Lou had that one, eh? Her turns were, I hate the term, spicier, a little bit more power. Steph was looking a little bit out of sorts. She was just a little bit rusty, man. She hasn't been on tour for a few years. You could switch it on in 30 minutes. In a
I,
free surf, you can go out there and just get one wave and go to town. She had to switch it on in 30 minutes.
I
She
thought it
looked
was really,
rusty.
I thought it was really funny. She actually said there was something on. I don't think it went onto the WSL, but it was on like Instagram, and I saw it. And it was just before her heat, and she was like, she basically was like, "Oh, morning heats," like kind of thing, like joking around, but it was like a morning heat. She scraped through, and then that afternoon they had the quarterfinals, and that's when she had Katie, and she surfed really good against Katie, and then just got better and better through the event. Um, but the round three, like that day, round three for the guys, like I say, I was every single heat was blockbuster. Even like I think Leo had a heat where he won with like 12 points. I think it was against Jack Robinson, but it was still.
Yeah, I honestly think that from what I saw from Jack, that that might light the spark. He didn't look too bad. He went pretty good. He didn't get the waves. It was a really hard heat to surf that. It was super low tide.
Yeah.
And I think Jack showed his tube ability above nearly anyone else. He didn't get the same opportunity as the other people um, to ride barrels that the other guys got because it wasn't as good of conditions.
Mm.
And I mean, I don't know if Raglan's going to be the best event for him either, but I reckon he can come back now.
Yeah, I think that's what's great about the tour this year and it not being a final five and stuff is he could go bang bang bang. He could go Fiji chopes pipe at 1.5 and he's at the top. Like and so can anybody, which is amazing. Like unless there's and that's what's great at the moment is free heat, free events in, three different winners in, and if that continues, then the leaderboard or the table, whatever you want to call it, is going to stay compact enough that someone from eighth or ninth or like seventh can win the last two events and be world champ, and I think that's kind of cool.
Especially coming into pipe. I mean, see, Jack's had a super bad kickoff to the season. It doesn't mean he's cooked, and it doesn't mean he's cooked for re-qualifying, but he doesn't look like a world title
But how many?
contender at the moment, as opposed to Sammy Pupo looks like a title contender. Actually, Georgie Pitter, even though he didn't get through, he still shone in the heats he got.
Yeah,
Obviously, I think we're looking at a front runner. You know, you got Gabriel Medina, Gabriel, Yago, Italo, Ethan. They're the
yeah, but
four
then
dudes that are looking good at the moment, I think. I mean,
yeah,
the Poop brothers, Miguel, I don't think Miguel can win over the whole year, but you never know. That would be
no,
freakish. That
and
would be
I
freakish.
agree. And like I've cooked Jack the last couple of weeks, and I think that's fair enough. But how many times has Medina had really slow starts to the year, and then middle of the
Yeah.
year and this is before the final five, he goes middle of the year, win, 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 done, like world champ. Like Jack just needs to keep himself. He needs like quarter semi-final in Raglan, quarter semi-final the event after, and then he's within touching distance. He's still like not only, but he's 16th on the leaderboard because of and this event he went up five places and he
Yeah,
didn't have
just getting through one heat.
yeah, and that's because of so many people like and you mentioned like Miguel and George Pitta, and obviously I hope this doesn't happen, especially for GP, but like. You wouldn't be surprised if they lost in round two in Raglan, just because they're going to come up against someone good, like because the whole tour is good.
Yeah,
And
because it's upside down there. Every heat looks good. I think Georgie goes pretty good backside. Jack too. I can't see Jack, you know, going up all those things. Who you got? We get ahead of ourselves there. We'll get back to because we've got a good 10 days before we can do a
yeah,
Raglan thing.
but with
If did you see Vahini's heats? Because she got massive scores, man, before she got knocked out,
yeah,
and
she
so did Sawyer Limbad.
Sawyer surfed really. I thought Sawyer surfed really good, along with Nadia Aristabe. I saw Vahina. I thought Vahina had one good heat. Um, then she had an okay heat, and then Katie cooked her. Like she got absolutely ripped apart by Katie. That was the heat where they had to pause it with 5 minutes to go
Yeah.
and then restart the next day, which I was going to say I commend the WSL for not doing a whole resurf. Like
Mm.
there was a chance they didn't announce anything, but there was a chance that they just restarted that heat, cleared the scoreboard, and I thought like that would have been ridiculous if I'm honest. But so
Before I get lost, then two things I really noticed from the commentary, which were pathetic, was when they did have a shark stopping at one stage. Joe just doesn't like just changes, doesn't say anything about that. Can't they? Isn't that better for viewing? Isn't it? Is this just they're scared of tourism or whatever? There was a shark in the water. We all know it, but they don't say anything about that. They just, oh yes, it's on hold and don't and completely don't allude to it. And then someone else who's like probably my bottom two and all the commentators is Felicity Palmer Flick. I wish they just call her Felicity. Who watching Nadia Rostabi's 8.5, which straight away, like I thought, am I looking at the same thing? She was going, yeah, it was a bit short. Could have been a bit longer against Gabby Bryan, who didn't look that good. Like was trying the hacks, but didn't have the flow the other girls did. And Nadia had the flow, man. She just went top to bottom, which I hadn't
Yeah,
seen yet. Like upside down, like hell hammers. And I was sitting there thinking that, are you kidding me? That's not the score. I was calling it an 8, and they gave it an 8.5. And
yeah,
then straight after, she said, "Oh yeah, because of this like big backtracking." I just like either they're watching what they're watching.
yeah,
It just sounds like they're talking themselves up too much instead of actually watching the surfing.
yeah. I didn't hear that, but I've heard it before. Um, I had a bit of a gripe with so with the Joel Chappelle thing. I've listened to I can't remember what it was, but it might have been a Surfers Journal. It might have been a different podcast, but he was on. They were on. I think it was him and Ronnie were on, and it was after the Mick Fanning Julian Wilson thing that everyone knows about. Um, and they do have a protocol where they're not allowed to talk about it. And
Well, there you go.
it's something to do with like, unless it's 100% going on, you can't like speculate about those certain things. I don't know why, but
Like
um,
if a bear came on the cricket field, and the commentators were going, "Yes, we're just going hold for 5 minutes," and the cameras are on the bear because
yeah,
it's above land, you can see it. This is below water, you can't see it.
yeah. I think
Yeah, it's not
in
the end of the world.
in point of the commentary team, I don't know if someone's had a word with him this year or not, but Kaipo seems to have calmed down, and I'm actually enjoying some of the stuff. He's actually like bringing some good insight.
Getting older. He's got less to prove. He's been on the team for a good 10 years now.
Yeah, they're making him do less stupid shit as well. But there was
Hey, back
there,
to quickly.
one sec. There was one thing that Kaipo done that I like. So in our last podcast, we said they don't talk about boards enough, and then they were talking about Mateus Hurdy, and he was on a JS carbon light construction, which is like and quad fins, and yeah, the way Kaipo spoke about it, he must have just had a brain melt because he does talk about boards quite well. But he went, yeah, he's on a quad and he's got quad fins and it looks fast. And I was like, come on, I thought they were there. I thought he was about to say, oh, he's on this JS that's
What is he? He's in the water.
yeah, but he knew what he knew.
How can you know? He was in the water. He wasn't on land. It's
But I
like,
wasn't there, and I know what board he was on because it's a black board. It's a construction that JS does. Just tell me because they were talking about how it's similar to Felipe's Sharp Eye, and I'll be like, it's a carbon light construction which is similar to
yeah, but if
Dark
you
Art.
don't know exactly, Matt, if you don't know exactly, you're putting yourself out there for people like you to go,
It just
you're
sounded a
wrong.
bit silly, but I do think he's getting better. Back to the surfing.
Oh,
Um,
that's what I was going to say. Nadia Arastabi, see, there's a really interesting point. It's because I'm going to go out on a limb here. It's because she's in Europe where they get good, hard, powerful, quality waves. Uh, so she has got that wind up style. Whether
yeah,
even if it's frontside Mandaka or whatever, they're used to slowing it down because
yeah,
you need exposure to world class waves to be able to not then look like a robot. But you can't really say that about what's her name, Erin, because she's had exposure to it for
yeah.
however long. But
I
how
think
interesting is that Nadia's then makes the semis and Tia can't get through a heat, and same with it, Erin. It's actually quite refreshing.
it is refreshing, but it's also kind of like I don't want to say it's luck of the draw, but I think it's luck of the draw because like if you look, like
She
Tia
took
had
out she took out Gabby, mate, to get into the semis.
yeah, but for round one, so the women's round one, Tia has Carissa Moore. So
Yeah,
you've got like
and Erin has Steph.
one of the best era. I about to say Erin has Steph, and then no disrespect, but Nadia had Alyssa Spencer, which they both came off of the Challenger Series last year, so they're a lot more level matched. And it's just, I mean, I guess it is just that luck of the draw.
That
Um,
they were calling. I heard some people calling Alyssa Spencer for like a potential winner. So
well, yeah, she's very. I mean, at Bells, at Winky Pop, especially during the Bells event, she was amazing backside. And we do need to
a little
speak
bit
about her.
faster, a little bit faster snapper than Bells, isn't it?
Yeah. The one person we need to talk about before we go on to men's three events in, world number one, you would never have picked Luana
Never
Silva.
picked it. Never picked it, and I still won't pick it to stay in place. But she gets herself on the good waves.
She
She's a
does.
wave magnet.
And
That's got to be the Hawaiian breed.
yeah, gets herself on good waves. I think this year, I obviously like we always watch it a lot. This year, I think one of the biggest differences is she's falling a lot less. I think that's a
Mm.
big difference in Conor O'Leary as well. I'm going to take credit for it. I think if you went back to halfway through last year, I said on a poddy, if Conor O'Leary stopped falling, he'd win events. And I think Luana Silva's done the same this year. At Bells, she hasn't fallen much. Margaret, she hasn't fallen much. And at Snapper, she didn't. And you just like, she's world number one. She's had consistent start to the year and good on her. Like, she's surfing good. She surfs good. So, like, obviously, she's a junior world champ. Of course, she surfs good. But yes, she's definitely leveled up this
Connor's
year.
Connor's got a bigger backside snap. I'm going on record than Gabby, Yago, or Italo.
Fact,
It's
100%.
bigger, man. It's bigger.
I think that
Doesn't
I think
seem he's not as complete as Gabrielle, who can get from A to B with floaters, doing anything in all the aerials. But he's got a bigger backside Rio, and it's probably bigger now than Ramsey, who
yeah.
is maybe going to struggle coming back from that knee thing. Who knows? Because there were three rights coming through, and he used to be one of the best backside, and he's still, but he's like, for example, he's not in the final, or
Ramsey's
making semis like Connor.
Ramsey needs to apply what I said about Conor though. If Ramsey didn't fall off during his heat against Morgs, he got a 6.5 on a wave where he fell, right? And they were like, if he just rode out of that last turn, it would have been an 8.5, 9, and he would have smoked Morgs. But Morgan got let off the hook because Ramsey fell on the end of every one of his waves, which is what Connor was doing, and now Connor's not doing it, which is good. And obviously it's easy to just say that, like, don't fall off. That's just stupid to not, so obviously he's not doing it on purpose. But I would say that Conor O'Leary 100% has the biggest backside snap, and I would say that Cole Houseman's got the second biggest. But in terms of repertoire, yeah, Medina and Yago have got more up the sleeve.
Hoosman looked good, man. Hoosman
Yeah,
looked good. I
yeah,
forget who beat him, but like, what are you going to do? Every heat's every
yeah,
he does have a huge backside Rio as well, Hoosman.
yeah. He
And he's
doesn't hold
fast.
it
He's
back.
such a big dude, but like, there's no second chance this year. It's get through your heat or go fishing. I can't see Toledo, despite that form, winning the world title, even though there is Trestles
Well,
left, and El Salvador, he can most probably win too. And the
that's
pool,
that's
we've
who
nearly won all of them.
he's who beat Cole. He he beat Cole with an 18 point total. Cole actually put up like nearly 15 points against him, but just Felipe was untouchable on that day, especially. I think Felipe is the one who he's the only one that he could go well at Raglan, and then he could go like El Salvador, like you say, the pool.
He's good backside in those sort of waves. He's
Yeah,
definitely good backside. He's maybe not as good as his front side, but he's still fast and whippy enough. It's going to be super interesting comp to watch. Even the waves won't be as good as Snapper. I don't think there's any chance they can be, but it'll just be good to see him because we haven't
yeah.
seen people surf that way before.
Yeah, and we'll go into a deep dive on Raglan for sure. But yeah, how she like he surfed really good. Um, I'm going to put it on record. There's two people on the tour that I said are the
Yeah,
two
you
that
didn't say him before. You hid back behind the fence.
I'm not hiding behind anything. I just wanted to I guess focus on other bits. But Alejo Munez and Eli Hanneman, they're the two that to me they stick out as not the quality of everyone else.
Eli should have went good in this event. Who did he have? He had Miguel. He should have smoked him,
He
even though
put up
Miguel's really
six
good.
points.
Yeah,
He,
yeah.
like literally Miguel Pupo would have beat him with one wave. That
I don't understand it either. What about I didn't see his heat, Oscar Berry, but I think
oh,
he
he got
could
unlucky.
go good at Rags. He should go good at El Salvador,
Yeah,
or
he
then
just
he's
needs
just going to have to enjoy the ride. I mean, it's still fun for him going around the
yeah,
world surfing all these waves.
he just needs a tiny little bit of luck to go his way. So I don't. You said you didn't see his heat. Basically, he was winning, takes off on a wave to like block Callum, goes to kick off, leg leash snaps. So then he's literally this is like 25 seconds left of the heat. So he then Callum Robson's got the whole line up to himself. About 5 seconds to go, stands up on this wave, does like two pretty decent turns, and then a closing end section air, pretty much like the exact air he done in the Challenger Series to win to get that buzzer
Yeah,
beater,
I saw that. I saw the last wave.
and he
I just didn't see
scraped
the
the
rest of it.
score, and you just felt for Oscar real bad.
And Forney didn't get any big scores either. He did come up against Connor, which was like coming up against a brick wall, but he didn't get any big scores.
No.
Gonna
Um,
be it's gonna be a struggle for a lot of these guys to crack. They're gonna have to crack in the events that looks like they've got a really good chance, but everyone's got a really good chance, haven't they?
yeah. And we've not mentioned him, but the winner, Ethan, just
Oh, okay. So let's
what
let's
a classy
before we
guy.
run out of time, we got 8 minutes. Let's lavish some praise on Ethan, Connor, um, Steph. We talked
Um,
about the winner. So what do you reckon, Ethan? He's finally first win in 3 years. He said on the back of the jet ski
yeah,
with Kaipo. It feels strange, doesn't it? After seeing him in Stab.
it does feel strange. I think he's got that wrong as well. I think it was 2 years ago that he won at Bells. But yeah, like it's mad to think that he's only won three events. Like, but he just looked like I almost thought like the same with Steph. He got past his round one heat, which he done the classic Ethan thing where he sat and waited. I don't know if you watched it, but he didn't catch many waves in round one or in round two, sorry. And then he had Italo and he changed it up and he caught quite a lot of waves and he needed a score and it was about 10 minutes to go and then he just went bananas on this wave and I was like, yeah, there you go. I was like, I felt like that was the one wave he needed. And then after that, he kind of didn't look back. After that, his heat scores were just like, I mean, he was dropping at 8.5 every heat, if not higher. He just looked
He's
so
just got that
solid.
ability, doesn't he? Where the legs close together, where he can get around a section and
Yeah.
just annihilate it and not look like he's going to fall off. That, like, other. I'm not seeing it as much from the other competitors. I tried to show it yesterday to Terry in the surf shop next to me, but I forget which heat it was where he got an 8.5, where he comes around and other people are coming around to carve in that pocket where he's hitting the lip where it's pitching
Yeah. And
front
also,
side.
and yeah, and what he's doing is he's doing that, and then the next turn he's doing the carve, and then the next turn
Yeah.
he's doing the tail slide. So when you look at the judging criteria, it's like power, speed, flow, variety of major maneuvers. He's like ticking every single box.
Like his two snap combo, which is that vertical Rio send spray to the fucking
Yeah,
clouds into a frontside carving hack. It's worth 7 points just and it's actually one section,
yeah,
isn't it? It's not two
literally,
sections, it's one section that he does that on.
yeah, and it's just yeah, he just looked solid. He looked classy. He looked back on form. Like it could be. I mean, I think it was like the one wave against Isolo is what he needed,
Yeah.
and the heat win. And now, we've said it before, and we'd do a Raglan thing, but The guy
No,
goes good.
there was the wave that he got against Rio, where he kind of did a little fist pump claim. And
Yes.
I was looking at a few of the comments on Beach Credit at the time, and this one dude was saying stuff like, "Oh, overscored, Ethan push, Rio got underscored now," and I'm just wondering, like, what are these people thinking? It just shows how people can be biased, like, or maybe we're being biased the other way. But I looked at it, I was like, are you kidding me? It's night and day. Even though I thought Rio surfed incredible, he fell off, so he opened the door. But in the long run, Ethan ended up getting those two scores in the last 8 minutes, which won the heat easily anyway. He didn't
Yeah.
need the second score.
Yeah. I mean, just people who comment on those things are just mental, really. Like I guess that's the best part of this event is there wasn't any. I didn't think there was any heat where there was a controversial judging call or anything like that. It was all scored. It was scored really well. It was kind of ran really well. You didn't have any, literally no interference, like issues, anything like that at all. So nothing can cloud the fact that Steph is a deserved winner and Ethan is a deserved winner. And to be fair, if Luana won it and Connor won it, I'd be saying the same thing.
And Steph's 9.5 I didn't get to see yet because I was driving my son to the train station. But I kind of looked at it down, glanced a few times, and I didn't have my glasses on, so I was glancing down. But I straight away thought, oh, that's a nine. It
Yeah,
was magical hacks and a really well timed wave.
yeah, best wave that came through in terms like the wave. I think the wave had 8 points on it. Like when people say like yeah, you surf a six.
Imagine how good she's feeling tonight. Come back vindicated. Like it happens a lot of times where people write you off because they come back. She come back, she won an event. A lot of the girl commentators that are in her Cinco tequila company alluded to the fact that she's not going to be here forever and ever. I'm wondering if she's not already going to get ready for a mid-season um, retirement. Honestly, I'm wondering if she's going to finish the season. I wouldn't be, tell you the truth. I wouldn't be surprised if if in a couple of days she said, "Look, I'm done." But we'll see. You never know.
I wouldn't be surprised, but from hearing those girls speak about how competitive and stuff she is, I reckon now she might be thinking like, shit, like what if eight becomes nine? Like, and
Maybe,
maybe,
but she's not going to. I don't think she trained enough to go well in the Pacific. She could be wrong. She could go good at Raglan, man. She won this competition on a Bradley years ago that she come and got. I think Belly gave it to her. It was made for Mick. It was a CB2, and obviously at the time she rode similar boards to Mick because they've always been DHD, and it was kind of Bradley's take on a DHD. It had a bit of that tail flip, and she took it and she won an event. It was a CT at the time. I can't remember how far back that was in South America. This left, and she won it. So she can
yeah,
go left. It's just she's not known for going for backside barrels, but
exactly.
she's still kind of got that beautiful technique where she could. On a wave like that, get a bit of speed and send some spray high because she's so
Yeah.
tall as well.
And pipe could always be 3 foot backdoor, and she gets barreled on her front side, like we saw it at Snapper. Like, so
Yeah, she could.
you
She
never
could.
know. But like,
She gets through a couple of heats. If people that are front runners dud out, like they're not looking like world title hopes yet. But for example, you get to Tahiti and Fiji, and if what's her name, Erin's low in the ranking, she's going to take out some leaders straight away. So's Vahini,
yeah,
maybe Nadia as well, and also maybe even Tia.
yeah, yeah,
They might just take out a bunch of front runners, which leaves the points
exactly.
thing
I think that's going to happen all
wide
year.
open, doesn't it?
I think that's going to happen all year. Like Luana Silva leading right now. Wouldn't be surprised if she loses straight away in Raglan. Wouldn't be surprised if she wins it. We run out of time. Last thing I want to end on a moan. The fact that we missed the first 5 minutes of the final because they were doing a Bonsoy advert, right? For five
Oh,
minutes.
they're pathetic, aren't they?
Delay the
They're
final.
so bad timing.
Just delay it by 5 minutes. Don't make us miss it. Anyway,
Yeah.
snap
Anyway,
up.
we get
Best
that.
comp,
Thanks for coming, bro.
best comp in a long time. Raglan preview coming up. Speak soon. Au revoir.
Au revoir.